Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You always look at me funny when I do that intro.
Yeah.
Today we are back with Liam. We're not doing like a sit down video or anything, which is why I haven't got makeup on. We are just doing the start of a vlog. This is a new vlog where Liam picks my reads for what I think is going to be like a fortnight maybe? If he's up for that. I've told him which books are on my TBR, but he is also allowed to pick books I've already read as rereads. I like a reread, so he has pretty much free reign, and I do have to read whatever he says. So that's kind of sad. But yeah, I guess take it away and pick your first book. He's gonna take you now to a journey of my shelves. Enjoy.
Where to begin?
I do apologise for my very shaky filming.
Build up options.
Yeah, you make some options. You got plenty of books to make me read.
That is a cool cover, man.
Oh, Mary H.K. Choi's got some amazing covers. She's the author of Yoke.
I thought I could see the similarities. I'll get you out of a slump.
Okay. So we're taking my slump into consideration.
Yeah. I'm gonna send that. Ooh. Oh, no, that's
That's gonna add to the pile.
yeah. Turn that.
Oh yes, my rotating bookshelf. I don't think I've put them on YouTube yet. I've had them for 6 months.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a start because we'll read that in 10 minutes.
That's gonna be at least 45.
42. Okay.
Ah yes, horrid.
Yeah.
That is a
Keep talking about it, but do not pick up.
yeah, and bought a really expensive option of it, so that is the Owl Crate edition, for anyone wondering.
What's this about again, generally?
It's a psychological horror thriller.
Sounds intriguing,
Yeah.
and I just think you need to get on with it.
Okay. I need to just get on with it. Isn't that the case with my entire TBR?
Yeah. Which is majority of your books.
Yeah, it is. Well, 50%, according to my spreadsheet. We all have a double-sided book cart here, filled with more TBR options. Those are
New boys.
my today's purchases.
Short.
Yeah.
Don't know which way it is.
Suzanne Hill, The Small Hand. Did sound really, really good, to be fair.
It is. So that's an option. I'm going to pick one more and then I'm going to try and break it down.
Okay.
I feel like you can get that through that quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you're feeling this.
You feeling that?
Yeah, you're feeling that.
I'm feeling
You're
that.
feeling that. I get the vibes.
You get the vibes.
Yeah.
Alright. So it's a horror, I believe.
Yeah. Late one summer's evening, antiquarian bookseller Adam Snow is returning from a client visit when he takes a wrong turn. He stumbles across a derelict Edwardian house and, compelled by curiosity, approaches the door. Standing before the entrance, he feels the unmistakable sensation of a small cold hand creeping into his own, as if a child had taken hold of it. At first he is merely puzzled by the odd incident, but then begins to suffer panic attacks and to be visited by nightmares. He's determined to learn more about the house and his once magnificent, now overgrown garden, but when he does so, he receives further, increasingly sinister visits from the small hand. Beautifully written. Highly recommended. It's wonderful.
Okay. Well, I've never read a Suzanne Hill book before, but I have obviously watched The Woman in Black, and I thought the story was very well thought out and very creepy. So I'm a little nervous about reading this, but excited because I literally just bought that today, so that'll get that straight off my TBR. Good choice.
Okay.
We have our first victim. I'm going to start it. Okay, thanks. I'm going to start it right now. Quick update time on the book that Liam chose me, which was The Small Hand by Susan Hill. I have not read that much because I ended up deciding to read it really slowly. I'm at page 101, which is, I think, pretty much exactly halfway. through the book, 'cause the book is only 202 pages or 203 pages. We haven't really got to like the horror-y part yet, but there have been some very chilling moments. Sorry about the fact the window's open, it's like 100 degrees in here. But I have just settled down to start reading again. I just read another chapter after doing all of my YouTube stuff that I had to do. So we got some videos scheduled, so now I am free for the day to continue reading. I have actually ended up tabbing, which was not my intention. Only a couple of tabs have gone in, but some of the paragraphs in this book have been the most beautiful use of words I have ever seen. And I just had no choice but to get the tabs out and start going through and getting some quotes from this book. So I finished Small Hands, as you will have seen. But I thought that now that I have Liam, finally, I've been trying to get him for days. You are a hard man to track down.
I'm never here.
I thought that now that we are awake, and we've literally just woken up, so really looking fab, I thought we could pick another book for me to read before he's gone again. And then I'll see you. So yeah, Liam's going to pick another book for me to read. You did a fabulous job with Small Hand.
Thank you.
So I trust your opinion a lot better now.
I lingered on this last time.
Okay.
I think that's going to be an option.
An option. I love it. Oh, so you have a lot of graphic novels.
I've had a book, so maybe it's a graphic novel kind of time.
Yeah. If you're going to pick a graphic novel, pick a graphic novel and a book. Okay. Because a graphic novel will take me an hour, and then I'll never track you down again.
Okay, well in that case, I pick Delicates.
Oh, okay.
And
That's exciting. I've been wanting to read that so much.
Spine Central.
Is that optional if you chose it?
I've chosen.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So you've got Delicates and the Prison Healer.
Well, that's very ironic because Prison Healer's on my TBR for this month as a buddy read with Connor, so
There you go.
I will text him and tell him I'm starting it.
Swell.
How exciting. Thank you very much. So these are my next two reads. This vlog has had terrible angles, and we have looked ready for bed in every single one of them.
It's our life, though.
I do apologise. I read both the books. Yay! Again, incredible choices.
Okay.
And again, all 4 stars.
See, I know you.
Incredible. So, I finished The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Absolutely loved this. Sorry. Almost whacked you.
All the time.
Oops. Absolutely love this. As everybody says, it is so good. Such a good YA fantasy. Not what I expected at all. And the ending was quite the twist that I was not expecting. And then I literally this morning just finished Delicates by Brenna Thumler. This is the sequel to Sheets. And one of the most beautiful graphic novels on this planet. I love it so much. I really enjoyed the fact we got a lot more depth in this one because of how much bigger it is. I gave it 4 stars, as I said. The main character, Marjorie, I still can't stand her. I said that in the first book, and I will say it again. I hate her even more in this. But Wendell has my heart. The new character has my heart. Just so good, and handles some serious toppings, like toppings? Handle some serious topics, like... What?
Things.
It handles some serious topics like suicide and stuff, so maybe check some trigger warnings before you go in. But it was so good, and I'm very pleased with your choices. So we kind of went a bit different for this next pick, and Liam actually picked a book off my wish list for me to buy and read, just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I have bought the book, and I have received the book, and it is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Not my kind of thing, because I believe it's like a sci-fi. I know pretty much the story. I haven't watched the movie either, but you have, and you didn't like it at all.
Not that I disliked it. It's just it was a jumble of stuff.
a jumble of stuff.
There was a lot going on visually that it kind of, for me, took away from the story. But it's not terrible.
At first I was like, it's so much smaller than I thought, and then I saw how small the words were, and I was like, never mind. I don't really understand 80s references, which I've heard there's a lot of in this. I'm just not that into that stuff, and I don't understand any of the references, I'm sure, but we'll see. As long as they're not too important. I don't know if I'm going to love it, but it is something that I've wanted to read for so long, and so I'm glad that I finally picked it up, and I'm going to read it upon your recommendation. So that is going to be the next book that I read, which we need to hurry up with because I'm slumping and it's taking me a long time to get through these books. But I will keep you updated on what I think of Ready Player One. I finished Ready Player One. Finally. I loved this. And guess what? I gave it 4 stars, which I believe means every single book in this vlog got 4 stars. I have been in a slump, so I've been reading really slow, which is unfortunate, but you know, I really enjoyed not having to pick my read. That definitely helped with this slump. But I'm going to finish it off because I really want to get a video up on my channel because this took longer than I expected and I haven't uploaded in like a week, so maybe even 2. So I just want to get this out here, but if you would love to see a part 2, please let us know. I would love to do one. That would be really, really cool. But speaking of this book, because I didn't speak about it, I really, really loved this book. I thought the world building, the character development, the plot development, the character depth, I thought it was all absolutely incredible. Amazing, 5-star worthy. The reason it's not 5 stars is because the writing is awful in my opinion, in terms of not the writing of the story, the lists. I knew there was going to be 80s references and 80s Easter eggs. I was excited for it. What I didn't expect was lists non-stop of just films and TV shows. Like, they're all pretty bad, and this isn't the worst page for it. But it's the page I read to Liam, so I remember it. And if you have this paperback, it's page 62 and 63. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. 5 sentences of just authors' names. Then we have every single film he referenced in the almanac. Almanac. I can't say it properly. Go over. We've got I watched every episode of, and then we've got loads of long list again.
Drink every time she says list.
Sorry, I don't know how else to say it. Long sentence of it. We then have, I learned the name of every last goddamn Gobbet and Transformer, and then listed them all. I don't need to know. I listened to every genre from the 80s. That's all we needed to know. But then he listed every genre in the 80s, and then listed a bunch of bands or artists from those genres. The whole page is just a list. That's one double page. That's too much. It was very jarring. It took me out of the story. It was really hard to get into when that happened. But other than that, really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see the film, to see how that compares, because Liam's seen it and wasn't like in love. He liked it, but he wasn't in love. So I'm excited to see what I think about it now that I have the background knowledge of the book. But yeah, I just had a great time not having to pick my reads. There was a lot of good reads. So thank you again, Liam, for being on my channel and doing this for me. It was very exciting. I do want to do it again, and if you want to see it again, just let me know. I would love to do it. We'll probably do it without vlogging anyway, so I don't have to pick my reads. I will continue.
Clearly, I've gotten you on a roll.
You have. All these 4 stars. Amazing. If you want to check out Liam, all of his links will be down below. I'll put them all there for you to check him out. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.